So, in his first 3 seasons, he makes a Super Bowl 2 out of his first 3 seasons in the NFL. He goes by Patrick Mahomes in the Kansas City Chiefs. And will the Kansas City Chiefs make it back to the Super Bowl in 2021? Real quick before I get into this and answering this question, just want to say thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and sub. So let's get back into this video. So, can the Chiefs get back to the Super Bowl? They're a very talented team, very talented, as we all know. One of the best offensive teams for quite some time. One of the best quarterbacks for quite some, not quite some time, but one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Extremely talented, one of the most talented quarterbacks that we've ever seen. He's everything you want in a quarterback. He can move. He's fast. He's got a cannon of an arm. He could throw on the run, sidearmed. He could throw while not looking. He can do it all, and he is the dream. He is the dream body, the dream prototypical quarterback that you want in the NFL. He's got the height as well. He's everything you've ever wanted in a quarterback, and he probably will lead this Chiefs team to another Super Bowl. If not the Super Bowl, very close to it. Like the AFC Championship. Unless Patrick Mahomes doesn't get hurt. They still have some weapons. But I don't think they're gonna go as far. But yeah, the AFC, their division itself is tough. You have the rising team in the Chargers, who are one of the better teams. One of the better offensive teams actually going into next year. They have some really good offensive weapons, some really good running backs. The offensive line's got much better. Tight ends, they did sign someone. I think it was Jared Cook. So that's a good tight end there. So they've really got some playmakers on that offense, whether it's in the run game or the pass game, and they do have a pretty good offensive line. So, that's a team that's gonna compete with them a little bit. And then you go to the Broncos, another really well-rounded team in the AFC West. They're just a quarterback away. Then you go to the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are going to compete too much this year. Some people think that they're going to be, really good. But if you ask me, in my opinion, I don't see much in that Raiders team outside of Derek Carr and Darren Waller. Aside of that, I'm not really too stoked about this Raiders team. But, nonetheless, it is a talented team. They do have some talent, just not the most talented in the division. And, I'm just not crazy about them. So I think the Chiefs will be able to come out number 1 in their division, which is the first step. Or number 2, as long as they make the playoffs. But they're probably going to be number 1, be the number 1 seed in the NFL like they have been the past 2-3 years. And then you have to go through the AFC opponents. You have some really good AFC opponents. The AFC is loaded. First, you have the Cleveland Browns, who is going to be one of the better teams next year. If everything comes together like it looks like it will on paper. If it transitions well to the field, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then you have the Ravens in that same division, who is a really, really talented team with Lamar Jackson at the helm. Some really good running backs. He drafted some really good receivers. The offensive line is decent, especially with the addition of Kevin Zeitler. Then you go to the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Josh Allen had his breakout year last year, was an extremely good quarterback last year, was an MVP candidate last year, and may be an MVP candidate again this year. A really, really talented quarterback. He can run. He's got that huge arm. Josh Allen is, he's gonna compete with Patrick Mahomes, and the Bills did improve their team a bit. Defense is better. I do not think they brought back Levi Wallace, which I think they should. This Bills team could be decent. And then you go to, the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots, 2 teams that, are really on the rise. I think the Dolphins are a little further along than the Patriots right now. We just got to see about that quarterback situation with Tua. Tua's got to show out, but Tua's got some weapons. And then you have the Patriots, who made some big time acquisitions, free agency and the draft. Mac Jones, and now Cam Newton has another year under his belt, so maybe Cam Newton plays a little better. Maybe Mac Jones doesn't see the field for a little while, but we never know. And the Dolphins and the Patriots defenses are both really solid defenses, really good defenses. The Dolphins are one of the best defenses in the NFL. And the Patriots are gonna, maybe not like top 5, but maybe top 5, maybe borderline top 5. Really good defense. And then you go to the South. The South isn't really that much of a threat, if you ask me. You have the Colts. Really well-rounded team. We just have to see how Carson Wentz is going to perform over there. You have the running backs. The running back group is really good. You have some young receivers. Offensive line is good. Defense is solid. Then you have the Titans. Derrick Henry could run all over whoever you are. I don't care who you are. He's going to run all over you. Tannehill thrown to A.J. Brown. Maybe if they get Julio Jones, maybe if the Colts or Titans get Julio, that might be a threat to Kansas City. The AFC is loaded, and it's going to be difficult for any team to really get up there and be the best in the AFC because of how loaded and because of how ready the AFC is and how talented it is. So, I do think that the Chiefs are still probably the most talented with Patrick Mahomes. I do think they will be able to, at the very least, make it to the AFC Championship. I know it sounds crazy, but the Chiefs is kind of that team now. They're kind of the new Patriots, or the team where you're going to ask a question every year: who is going to take them down, and if anyone is going to take them down. But will they make it to the Super Bowl? Is a big question. I don't know, because they didn't make it to 2 last years. And, teams usually have a Super Bowl hangover, but they don't, just because of how good the quarterback play is, just because how good the coach is. The offensive line has gotten better with Joe Dooney. The Duvernay is coming back. They have a really good offensive line. They traded for Orlando Brown Jr. The receivers are nice. Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, all really good receivers. And, of course, Travis Kelce, one of the best tight end in the league, in my opinion. Then you go to, the running back and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is going to, really show out and really, with the year under his belt, with the year of experience under his belt, I think he's going to be a really good player. The defenses, I would like if they brought back Rashad Breeland, because, like, L'Jarius Sneed, they have a few other guys that I know of. I don't remember, but, there's a lot of unknowns. I think Fenton is one. A lot of unknown guys in there, but, maybe bringing back a guy in Rashad Breeland would be wise, to have someone that will be able to hold their own. Of course, Tyrann Mathieu, Swanson, Thornhill, all these different guys that they have, and then Chris Jones, Frank Clark, just some guys along the defensive line. So, this Chiefs team is a really good team. Will they make the Super Bowl? Once again, not sure. They have a lot of really tough opponents to go through, but it's possible. Like always, whenever you have a quarterback as good as Patrick Mahomes, he's going to elevate everyone around him. He's going to elevate that whole team. So, I think Patrick Mahomes can really, do some damage. As we all know, he will do some damage. The best quarterback in the league. I don't think anyone's better than him. I don't think anyone's more talented than him. Like I said, one of the most talented of all time. But the Chiefs team as a whole, leading the way, is, of course, Patrick Mahomes. So, yes, I do maybe see them making it there. It's just too hard to say right now, because injuries could happen. Tyreek could go down. Maybe Patrick goes down. I hate to say it, but, it's a part of today's game. It's a part of the NFL. Injuries is a part of the NFL, and you have to be ready. But with how good, like, Andy Reid is with his scheming, he's one of the best coaches in the league. So, I think he would be... Andy Reid can make anything work, so really excited to see what this Chiefs team has in store. So that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Chiefs will make it to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row? Do you guys think they'll make it to the AFC Championship 3 years in a row? That's it for this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.